Tuesday's claim rush was full adrenaline action, but it's been a whole different story at the mining recorder's office in Kirkland Lake. Less than 500 claim units have been applied for as of Friday afternoon. Mining recorder Roy Spooner says the majority have come from Gold-rich Tyrrell Township near Goganda.
For townships in that area, I suspect that by the time we get all the paperwork, that township for sure and probably in the surrounding area will be staked solid. We don't have them all yet, so probably what we're seeing so far is just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, go. Spooner predicts thousands of claims are still on the way. Under new Mining Act laws implemented in 1991, prospectors no longer need to rush their claim to this office. Instead, they now have 1 month, and applications don't even have to be dropped off in person.
They can fax the applications to record in, and in most cases it's not necessary for them to worry about how quickly they get them here because they have 31 days to record. The only reason that one might worry about whether or not it's worthwhile getting it to the recording office quickly is if there's a tie.
A tie would mean two competing prospectors finishing their claims at the exact same moment. Such an occurrence would be rare, but there are other rules that could cause a dispute if not followed.
If somebody started before 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, then their staking is invalid. The difficulty, of course, for somebody suggesting that is to prove before the mining recorder that, in fact, the staking occurred too soon.
Spooner says after the 31 days are up, he'll begin plotting claim maps, investigating disputes, and deciding who receives claims which overlap.
Down to amateur one-person operations, all took part. The mission was to stake out claims in the best areas in the least time. One man who snatched some of the best claims is Carl Forbes, president of Strike Minerals. He's in Sudbury this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm great. So are you. You made out like a bandit. Tell me how.
Good planning. Lots of ingenuity, lots of determination in the background.
50
superior manpower.
Yeah, but how do you go about planning for something like this, Mr. Forbes?
Well, I've been in Shining Tree for 25 years. It's not really tomogamy, it's really Shining Tree.
Okay, so...
They call it tomogamy, but the main thrust was in Shining Tree, which would be about 100 miles to the north and west.
Okay, and you know the area, so you figured when you looked at what was going to be up for grabs, you could figure out where the best claims were likely to be.
Of course.
But so could everybody else.
Of course.
So what did you do that they didn't?
I had a crew of approximately 200 people there a week in advance preparing a staking plan. And, of course, you're going against major companies, and they also have major crews. And for the first week, every crew who works for anybody has a fake-out plan. So what they do is use decoy lines or whatever, to subtract against their competitors. And on the final day, it comes down to a final game plan.
Oh, that's cute. So you were faking out the competition while they were trying to fake you out.
Yeah, oh, naturally.
So what did you do?
Just played the game. But on the final day, it just came down to a boiling point where I had my crew so organized that the big companies like Royal Oak or Battle Mountain or Hemlow Gold or whatever just weren't organized enough to beat a small company.
Were you allowed in the week before you actually got to go in with the stakes, were you allowed to go over the territory with your people and say, I want a stake here and a stake there?
Oh, yeah, no, you can pre-cut all your lines. Make your posts in advance. As long as you don't erect your posts, but at the time of staking, you have to blaze your line at the time of staking.
You had people swimming, too. Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, they have to come across and go across a creek or whatever. They just jump in the creek and swim across.
Must have been a real zoo in the bush up there.
Oh, it was. It was like an instant village of 1,000 people.
You must have seen people you haven't seen for years.
No, I pretty well knew everybody there.
And the guys from the big outfits, were they swarming in with a whole bunch of Great Northern Safari outfits and mosquito nets and all the rest?
Oh, no, they had helicopter support, and they'd hire a couple of track teams from the Timmins High School and et cetera, right? But, the crew I have are superior quality prospectors, all hand-picked, that are bushmen. I mean, you can take a track star from the Timmins High School, maybe a good athlete.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he'll run around the track for a mile, in 6 or 7 minutes. But I have superior guys that can work in the bush that can do the same thing running through the bush for 1 mile, which is, a quarter mile square, right? One claim,
Yeah.
40 acres or, 16 hectare, and they can do it in 7 minutes.
So you were breaking the hearts of these poor little high school guys.
Yeah. They got paid for it, though. I'm sorry to say the big companies had to pay for it.
In the old days, there used to be claim jumpers. Stakes would just suddenly somehow disappear, and lines would be moved.
Oh, that happened in this one, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So what are you doing about that?
Well, that's why you have to have bonded witnesses at all your corner posts. I had the sheriff of Timiskaming, a couple of retired OPP officers, etc. As bonded witnesses guarding claim posts. So that when my guy who was staking one claim, because to complete a claim in Ontario, you have to go from your 1 northeast corner to your 2 southeast corner to your 3 southwest corner to your 4 northwest corner, and back to the 1 to complete closure time. Closure time is the definitive aspect of completing the claim.
When are you going to know? Sorry, I've got to know this. When are you going to know what's under that land? What you've got?
Oh, it's going to take 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Did you see? You take assay samples. You walk into the bar and pound it on the bar and say, "I got gold in here. Give me a drink." What?
No. You do line cutting, geophysical surveys, surface trenching with high hole backholes, like 6-yard loaders and all that stuff. Blasting. Then once you have everything determined, you diamond drill, and the diamond drilling is going to determine where you're going to go from beyond that. But I mean, this land has great potential because it's been closed for 23 years because of this Indian caution. So it's never really been worked since 1945. So it missed all the heyday of the price of gold increase in the early 80s and all the flow-through heyday.
Uh-huh.
So it's just been sitting there like a virgin.
Well, congratulations to you, and hope to talk to you again when that first million comes rolling under your door. Thanks very much.
Okay.
So long.